If you want to pursue your career into IT industry but you're held back because of your non-IT educational background, maybe you did your graduation into civil, mechanical, electrical or electronics, then this session is for you, because today I'm going to list down everything that you need to know as a non-IT background graduate to enter into IT field, which includes number one, to check whether this is your genuine interest or you are just jumping into IT field because of some influence from outside. Number two, if at all this is your genuine interest, then how to go about it, how to start your preparation, how to take that first step towards your IT career journey. And number three, what to expect in your career progression. Will your non-IT background, your education, will be a hindrance in your career progression into IT industry or not? So if that is something that interests you and you want to know answers to all of these questions, then stay tuned. Okay, so let's start by answering the most crucial question, which is if entering into IT field is your genuine interest or you are taking this step because of some influence. For example, you have a friend and he seems to be doing pretty well in his life because of his IT job. And if you are taking this decision based on that influence, then that's a horrible reason to pick on any career. Forget about IT. You need to have a genuine interest into the field to be able to sustain there, to start there and to build a successful career there. So here I have listed few hints that can point out towards a genuine interest. And number one of them is you were always interested into IT and software related jobs, but because of some misguidance or some situation, you ended up into a different background. Maybe you were not getting seat into good college in IT stream, that's why you picked some other stream, and throughout your studies you could never dismiss your interest towards IT and software related jobs. Number two, regardless of your specialization into your graduation, you are really curious about programming and the related careers. You leave no chance of getting introduced to programming languages or work related to it. Maybe you have a friend to whom you are happy to help regardless of what your background is, whether it will help you in your exam or not. You tend to take part into some programming challenges, some hackathons, some competitions, and you thoroughly enjoy it. And reason number three can be you chose your specialization, your non-IT specialization with your own will because you thought this is your genuine interest or you will like doing it. But during the course of time, when you studied those subjects and you got more aware about the jobs and related work, it got very clear to you that this is not your cup of tea. If not IT jobs, you will end up doing some other jobs, but not these jobs in the specializations where you are studying. So it's totally fine to explore IT careers in that case, because anyways you are on a search for something that resonates with you and IT can be one of them, so why not? Okay, so now once you are sorted that why you want to do it and IT seems to be like a genuine choice of yours, then the next biggest step is what to do, where to start from. What is that first step to take to make a successful career into IT industry? And that first step, my friend, is to answer this question that what exactly you will be doing in IT industry. IT industry is an ocean. You have to pick that one particular skill in which you want to make your career. You want to be a software developer? Fine. In which language? You want to choose Java, .NET, Python or something else. You want to be a data analyst, you want to be a business analyst, or you want to make your career into cybersecurity, or you want to take up the role of infrastructure. What exactly you want to do? Which is that one skill set that resonates with you? You have to answer this question yourself. Nobody else in the entire world can answer this question for you. And if someone does, it might be not a great answer, or I would say suitable answer, because only you know where you stand, what your skill set is, what your genuine interest is. So you have to introspect yourself and answer this question. And if you need some help on how to step by step arrive at this answer for yourself, there are plenty of videos on my channel. You can take help from those, or you can download Corporate Diaries app. There is a specific course related to that. You can take up that. So resources are many. It's up to you. You have to do that homework for yourself. You have to put some effort to answer this question. And if you start by not answering this question, you want to skip to answer this question, then you will end up nowhere. It would be then like running on a treadmill. No matter how fast you run or for how long you run, you will be there only. There will be no real movement in your career or career progression or finding a job. You'll find yourself standing there. So start by answering this question first and then do anything. Then start searching for content to learn basis once you answer this question. There's nothing more important than this. Okay, step number 2. Once you have identified your main skill, your key skill that you're interested in or a job profile that you're interested in, next comes learning and validation. Learning is for you to train yourself on that skill so that you can be good at it, you can be employable. And validation means that you would need some sort of proof, some certification, some degree, diploma to put on your resume, so that when you apply, employers know that you have interest in this skill, you are good at this skill, you have learned this skill, so you are employable. Not necessarily a full-time degree or like very expensive course, but at least something that indicates that you are skilled at this particular skill. Learning you can do with free resources as well, or you can seek help from some mentor, some individual mentor who is working in some company and you get help from him. But still, as you cannot mention the name of that mentor in your resume that you have learned everything from that person, even if you are good, you will need certain validation to put on your resume. So that is very important. So learning and validation can be combined if you go for a very exhaustive course through some institute. In that case, you will learn plus you will get certificate from that. If you decide to learn from free resources, or I said from an individual, then you will have to look for some certification which the mere purpose would be to get the certificate. Then you can get them online as well, or some other institute which you feel is good enough. Now here, if you are absolute fresher and have no introduction to the career or the skill that you want to learn, I would suggest you to go for a structured course rather than free resources. The problem with free resources is that they're scattered everywhere. So you'll find some part here, some part on other platform, and then you'll try to combine everything and learn. It can become little overwhelming for somebody who is very new, and it may sound complex, and that can make you lose the interest in the subject. So it's very important that you pick the course or resource where it is structured, and most of the time that structure is found in paid courses, certifications, diploma, degrees. If there is somebody, some individual who can teach you structurally with everything, first step, second step, third step, good enough, then you will just need a certificate just to have that validation on your resume. So after this, the third steps comes your resume. You have to build a resume accordingly to reflect your newly learned skill, a career that you are aspiring to take, not something which you left behind, which is your non-technical graduation. So make sure that when you put your BTech degree on your resume, do not mention specialization. In interview, if they ask, you can mention, there's nothing wrong about it, but avoid mentioning it upfront, because that might play negatively for you, for some of you. And your resume should be very, very specific to the skill, to the job role that you're aiming for. If you design a generic resume, a generic fresher resume, thinking I am open to all the possible roles that are available out there, then your resume is going to sit in the bottom of the system. No human being will ever get to read that resume. So please do not do that mistake. Do not make a generic resume. And if you're not good at making resumes and you need some help, there is already a template available on Corporate Diaries app. You can take help from there, or you can design it yourself according to the skill set you have. Whichever way you do it, whether you do it through app or you do it yourself, make sure that you do not design a generic resume. Your resume should shout that this person is interested in this role or is specialized in this skill. It should literally shout. So do not make a generic resume, make a very specific resume. And now let's discuss the final part of this video, which is what to expect in your career progression. Will your background, educational background, will be a hindrance in your career, or the growth in your career? So the answer to this, guys, is if you're good at the skills which you're aiming for, if you have learned them well and you execute them well in your job, it does not matter which specialization you took in your education. It does not matter. Once you join in the industry, you will see there are plenty of them, plenty of people from non-IT background who are doing amazing in IT industry. It's the work that matters, the results that speak. Even during the interview, if you code really well, the interviewer will never reject you just because you come from a mechanical background. Your code will speak heavier than the specialization of your education. And remember, never, like not even for a single second, never think that you are any less than the person who has done graduation into IT specialization. No, the work speaks, the skill, the delivery that you are doing, the code that you are writing, that matters the most than anything else. You can be as good as or even better than them. So have confidence in yourself and choose as per your genuine interest and then kill it. So guys, that was it. We came to the end of this video. Hope you derived some value out of this content, and if you still have any queries, you can leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.